lesson, we will be dealing with our lesson 2, which is entitled Determining Truth. So at the end of the lesson, you are expected to define what truth is, determine the difference between fact and opinion, identify the different theories of truth, and compare and contrast the different theories of truth. Now let's define first what is meant by the word truth. When we say truth, it is central in the study of philosophy because a person's quest for truth is the reason why philosophy exists. As defined in Wikipedia, truth ascribed to things that aim to represent reality. So the concept of truth is discussed and debated in various contexts, including philosophy, art, theology, and science. The thinkers or philosophers of the past and present conceded to the idea that truth is relative to the kind of standard one adheres to. In other words, how you view the truth may be influenced by what you believe. Now, to determine the truth, they do philosophical processes, which are designed to determine ways of knowing and finding out truth in all phenomena of human experience. And one of this is that they came up with different theories developed by contemporary philosophers in determining the nature of truth to understand what really truth is. But before we proceed to the different theories of truth, it is important for you to know the difference between facts and opinion. When we say fact, it is a piece of information having objective reality, which is acknowledged by the greater whole. In other words, it is not influenced by personal feelings or judgment. All it presents is just a factual information accepted by many people. Let's say, for example, I say, Paulette College can be found in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. This is a fact because it is true that the said school can be found here in San Jose del Monte. Even if you check that in a Google map, you'll know that it is a fact. On the other hand, opinion is a judgment based on personal convictions. It is subjective, meaning it is based on or influenced by personal beliefs or feelings, not on mere facts. Example, when I say you are the most beautiful girl in our barangay, it is an opinion. Why? Because to others' eyes, you may not be the most beautiful girl in our barangay, contrary to how I see you. So that's the difference of fact and opinion. So always remember that an opinion also uses descriptive words, something like that. Now, since you already know about it, let's proceed to the different theories of truth. The first theory is the Correspondence Theory. It is an ancient concept that dates back even to the time of Plato. The term correspondence theory was coined by the analytic language philosophers Bertrand Russell and Ludwig Wittgenstein. It also considered as the most popular theory, which states that the truth of proposition is determined by its relationship, or the word correspondence, to the way things are in the world, or the word reality. In other words, belief is true when there is a corresponding fact, and belief is false when there is no corresponding fact. So a belief is true if and only if it corresponds with something that exists in the world. Example, my belief that the books are on the shelves is true if and only if there are actually books on the shelves. Another example, my belief that birds can fly is true if and only if I see and you see birds fly or read in the books or articles that birds can fly, which is in this statement, it's true that birds can fly because I already saw birds flying and it was backed up by the facts written in books. However, the statement that cats can bark is false because it is only the dogs which can bark. So even if you search that in a book or website, you'll know that cats cannot bark. So it goes back with the statement, a belief is true when there is a corresponding fact, and belief is false when there is no corresponding fact. Next theory of truth is the Coherence Theory. This was originally developed by George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel and Baruch Spinoza. So this theory contends that a proposition is true if it is consistent with a system of other propositions considered true. In other words, a statement is true if it consistently applies with other things or applies to other people as well. Or it is not only true to you, but to other people as well. Example, let's say that the statement is pigs are unclean animals. This one is true to the Muslim community. However, such truth for the Muslim is not shared or does not apply to the Christians. So there's no consistency of truth. Another example, in the statement, my soup is salty. When other people taste your soup as well, and they have the same comment about your soup, we can say that there's a consistency about your statement, which is my soup is salty, because this does not contradict your statement. So that's how you will know the truth using the coherence theory. Next theory is the pragmatic theory. Pragmatic theory holds that a proposition is true if it is useful. It applies that in order to know the truth, a person must engage oneself with something that would give him or her the benefit or the highest form of success. A belief can be considered true if it is proven to have practical use in the life of an individual. Example, the belief in the power of prayer is said to be true as it is needed for someone's salvation. In an example set by Sigmund Freud, he said that many people, in order to avoid despair, need to believe that there is God who keeps a watchful eye on everyone. Another example, a belief that there are no cigarettes inside your bag when in reality there are cigarettes inside your bag because you really want to quit smoking. That's why you are believing that there are no cigarettes inside your bag. This belief abandons the absolute truth that there's really cigarettes inside your bag. But you believe what you think is useful, which is believing that there are no cigarettes inside the bag. So that is a pragmatic theory. So that's the end of our discussion for today. I hope you've learned something. Thank you.